Which one's Kyle's?
Kyle has his Shaw, his own name, I remember that one. The Bill Edward Shaw, I think is what it is.
He's first one on here, so we'll probably do his first. The Maria, Kim, Kyle, Detention Center. This Yuki bar.
Does it say?
The Skooky bar.
Hmm.
I don't know who that is. No Claudia so far. I don't know where she is. I have. Nope, that's Kathy Reyna. That's Claudia.
I have to hit join.
Michelle Garcia. All we're missing is Molly. Molly may be the Skooky bar.
I doubt. What's that?
There's Molly. I think we're ready. Molly, Michelle, Kathy, Detention Center. We'll do Kyle's first. Could we have Shaw first?
Morning, Judge.
Are you
So good.
expecting anybody else on your hearing?
Just my client, Mr. Shaw.
Okay.
No relation.
We have the Skooky bar and Madison Elstrom. So. All right. Shaw's got Shaw. Makes it easy. Is it just one case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Shaw, if you would raise your right hand and be sworn. You swear or affirm the testimony about to give be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
And I do have a copy of the mental health assessment. I will consider that for the purpose of this hearing. Did you want to call your client to testify?
Yes, Judge.
All right. You can go ahead.
Good morning, Mr. Shaw.
Morning.
Do you remember meeting with me and discussing requesting a mental health bond in your case?
Yes, Mr. Shaw, I do.
Okay. Well, that's why we're here today. So if you could tell the judge a little bit about your mental health background, what your diagnosis is.
All right. On me, Your Honor, I was diagnosed with schizoaffective disorder and PTSD. I lost my family and I was diagnosed with that afterwards. My charge, here on a small charge, possession of controlled substance. And I'm here grace of yours to help me get this mental health bond so I can better myself in my life. Have this,
Okay. Right now, I'm just asking about your diagnosis. Have you also had a traumatic brain injury?
yes, sir, I have.
Okay. And how long ago was that?
That was in 2013.
Okay. And do you typically, when you're out of custody, receive meds for your mental health issues?
Yes, sir, I do.
What do you normally take?
I normally take Catavine or Seroquel. It's a generic brand. I also take Doxepin and hydroxyzine and gabapentin.
All right. And who provides you with those medications?
MetroCare in Dallas.
And if you're released on this bond, would you reside in Dallas County?
Yes, sir.
Where would you stay?
At the bridge.
All right.
There's a shelter there.
And MetroCare is very close in proximity to the bridge. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Is it walking distance?
No, there's a bus system though that I can utilize.
All right. If Judge Baxter grants this bond, you're going to have to come to and from court periodically to check in.
Yes, sir.
What resources do you have in the way of transportation to get you up to the court for bond check-ins?
Well, I can use the DART system for to make it to Plano, and also I have friends, and I was planning on using an Uber account.
Okay. You're already set up with Uber?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you understand that the judge would likely make it a condition of this bond that you continue to consult and meet with MetroCare, take any medications that they prescribe?
Right. Yes, sir, I do.
Are you willing to do those things?
Yes, I am.
Do you have any prior hospitalizations related to your mental health?
I do.
And where was that and when was that?
I went to Green Oaks multiple times for my schizophrenia. Those were throughout the years through 2015 through 2018, and also 2020 as well.
2020?
Yes, sir. And from there, they went to other facilities after Green Oaks for more stabilization.
Okay. But you don't recall where those were?
Yeah, that was at Serenity Health Crisis.
Okay. All right. I'll pass the witness.
Any questions from the state?
No questions from the state, Your Honor.
Anything else from the defendant?
No, Your Honor, we'll rest.
Anything else from the state?
Just to read the criminal history into the record, Your Honor.
Okay.
On July 2nd of 2012, defendant was arrested for possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram, received 2 years deferred. On June 18th of 2016, arrested for criminal mischief greater than $2,500, less than $30K, received 4 years deferred. On May 25th of 2017, he was arrested for the same thing, criminal mischief, greater than 2,500, less than 30K. He was convicted of a lesser class A and received 120 days. On March 26th of 2019, he was arrested for theft, greater than $750, less than $2,500, and received 9 days. On October 7th of 2021, he was arrested for criminal trespass and received 100 days. On October 7th of 2021, again, he was arrested for assault of a peace officer / judge and received 120 days. And on that same day, also arrested for fail to ID, received 100 days. And that's all of the criminal history.
Any argument from the state?
Your Honor, we would just object due to his criminal history and the current charges.
Yeah, Mr. Shaw, you have a lot of criminal history and it may all be drug related generally, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and get you out on a bond today, let you take a shot at getting well. You can just come see me once a month. When you come see me, expect to be drug tested. If there's anything in your system that's not supposed to be, obviously you'll go back to jail, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Your Honor.
You'll need to call Kathy every week, let her know how you're doing. Kathy's on the screen with us right now. And you'll have a folder in your stuff when you get out of jail. Did you want to say anything else, Kathy?
Yes, just give me a call once you get to your destination.
Okay, I can do that.
Good luck. We'll see you soon.
All right.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Mr. Shaw. And thank you, Kathy and Judge.
You bet. Stay in touch with me, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Who's Kim's?
I think it's Carlisle
Okay,
is Kim's.
let's do Carlisle next. Kim, are you expecting anybody else to show up for you?
No, sir. Nope. Just one.
There's a whole bunch of people. There's the Skookie Bar, a Madison Elstrom, and a Tanner H.
I haven't given out the link, Judge.
Okay. Well, we won't invite them then. Let me see what I got here. All right. Yeah, it didn't pop up. Is there one case or more than one?
Just one, Judge.
Okay. Are you Micah Carlisle?
Yes, sir.
Right. If you would raise your right hand and be sworn. You swear or affirm testimony about to give be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir. I do.
And I do have a copy of the mental health assessment. I will consider that for the purpose of this hearing. Did you want to call any witnesses?
Just my client, Judge.
Okay.
All right. Good morning, Micah.
Good morning.
You understand that we are here today asking Judge Baxter for a mental health personal bond, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And the reason he would give you that bond potentially is because you have a diagnosed mental health condition. Is that true?
Yes, ma'am.
Will you tell the judge what mental health diagnosis that you have received?
I have received PTSD, bipolar depression, and anxiety.
Okay. And in the past, have you been prescribed medications for those diagnoses?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you getting all of the medications that you should be receiving while you're in the Collin County Jail?
They substituted some, and I'm not getting all of them though.
Okay. If the judge lets you out, do you promise Judge Baxter that you will take your medications as prescribed?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
And you understand that you will have to call at least once a week into the mental health unit in Collin County, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
How will you have access to a phone to be able to call in?
I have a cell phone.
And then also you will be required once a month to show up in front of Judge Baxter to show that you're doing all the things that you need to do to keep up with your mental health treatment. Can you do that?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have access to transportation?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Okay, what transportation would you use to come see Judge Baxter once a month?
My fiance has a vehicle. I have friends in Dallas and in Plano. If I have to take the train to Plano, I can.
Okay.
And
And
a ride from there.
okay, and you and I have spoken about your plan, correct? And that plan changed as of this morning, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Originally, you were looking into potentially staying with some friends or other family members, but what have you decided that you will do in order to get your mental health treatment and have a place to live immediately?
Go to the bridge in Dallas and do the med treatment through Metro
Metro Care?
Care. Yes, ma'am.
And you understand that Judge Baxter can order you anytime that you show up to him, or even outside of that, to take a urinalysis to make sure that you are not using drugs. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and do you promise that if you're granted a PR bond today, that you will do all the things that are required of you?
Yes, ma'am, without a doubt.
Okay, I'll pass the witness.
Any questions from the state?
No questions for this witness, Your Honor.
Any other witnesses?
Defense rest, Judge.
Anything else from the state?
Nothing else from the state, Your Honor. She doesn't have any other criminal history.
Okay.
We would just object due to the current charges.
Ms. Carla, what I'm gonna do is go ahead and get you out on bond today. What you've got to do is do what you say you're gonna do. Get all the help you can get from Metro Care. You're gonna call in every week and let us know how you're doing. Kathy's on the screen with us. You're gonna call her and let her know what you're doing, how you're doing. If you need anything, you're gonna come see me once a month. Expect to be drug tested when you come see me, okay?
Yes, sir.
And make sure nothing's in your system. It's not supposed to be in your system, okay?
Yes, sir, no problem.
Did you want to share anything else, Kathy?
Just to give me a call once you get to your destination.
Yes, ma'am, I sure will.
Good luck. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Micah, thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes. See you later.
Have a good day.
The last one is.
Judge, I believe one of the family member is joining.
Well, there's 3 people online. There's something called the Skookie Bar, Madison Elstrom, and Tanner H.
Madison Elstrom.
Okay. You don't want the other 2?
I have no idea who they are.
Skookie Bar would be my sister and sister-in-law.
So sister is Vianney Browder, and then mother is Christina Bordado.
Anybody know
Yep.
Tanner?
I do know Tanner. That's a friend of mine.
Okay, so Tanner's online too. You want everybody in here?
Yeah,
Sure.
I'm only gonna call, I mean, it depends if mother's there or, I do want to call the girlfriend.
Well, I'm bringing everybody in, so.
Okay.
All right. And
Hey, can you identify the Skookie Bar? Who is that? I can't hear you.
she's muted.
I apologize. This is VNA Hurtado, Irvin Hurtado's sister.
Is mother online?
No, she's not.
Okay, who has the most information about Hurtado?
I do.
All right, then I'll call Judge. I'll call Vianney Browder.
Okay, just a second. It's Irving Hurtado. Are there 3 charges? Is that right?
Yes, there's one that was re-indicted, continuous violence against family, and then there's a misdemeanor interference with emergency call, and then
Okay.
there's an unindicted DWI.
Okay. And I do have a copy of the mental health assessment. I will consider it for the purpose of this hearing. And so you want to call the sister first?
Yes, the
Would-
Vianney
If
Browder.
you would raise your right hand to be sworn. Do you swear or affirm testimony about to give be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do, Your Honor.
Ms. Browder, can you spell your name, your first name and your last name for the court?
Yes, ma'am. It's VEANNEY. Last name is Browder, B as in boy, ROWDER. And my maiden last name is Hurtado, HURTADO.
And you're the biological sister of Irving?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you please briefly tell the court what you understand is Irving's current mental health issues?
He has been very suicidal for the last couple months, but prior to being in jail, the police was called on him because he was very suicidal at the time. He has not been in a stable state of mind. He's had a lot of substance abuse, and he has been into the mental health behavioral clinic a couple times before, prior to all these situations as well.
So do you understand that he's currently facing 3 charges against him?
Yes, ma'am.
And one of them is a continuous violence against the family. Who was the family member?
I believe his girlfriend at the time
I
when
see.
they were called for the suicidal. She was just trying to help him at the time to get him to go to the behavioral health clinic when the police were called. They were called multiple times that day.
When you say behavioral health clinic, is that is that a lockdown facility or residential facility?
Yes, ma'am. Just some clinic where you go in for when you attempt suicide. I was given the mental health clinic line phone number, and then they were in contact with the police department who did a wellness check. And at the time, my brother was very suicidal.
I see. So is that what also happened with the interference with emergency call that
Yes,
he was arrested in May at the same time?
yes, ma'am. Yes, same time.
Okay. So at this time, do you know what is the plan that's going to be for Irving if he is released on a mental health bond?
Yes, he unfortunately has no family in the state of Texas. I'm his only family. I would love to get him the help that he needs, but unfortunately, home is in Arizona. I'm currently in Arizona, and the plan, as we have discussed with each other, is to hopefully be able to get a parole or whatever he needs to comply with the court for me to be able to go out there, fly him back home, bring his stuff, and get him into a mental health program out here that I have discussed with some mental health facilities here for an inpatient program.
Is it set up so that you can take him if he was released?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so in other words, if he was released and he was to fly back to Arizona, you would be able to immediately put him in some type of a mental health program?
Yes, ma'am.
Will you be able to provide that documents to the mental health court?
Yes, of course, absolutely.
And well, a couple of his charges have already been filed, so he will have court for those. Will he be able to, will you be able to assist him in traveling to and from Arizona so that he could attend court if it's necessary?
Yes, ma'am, absolutely. And I can provide the court with my address or his new address here in Arizona. So if any paperwork gets sent to him about those court days, we'll make sure to get those so he can comply with his court appearances.
Okay. If he is in an inpatient program, obviously the courts will have some leniency towards that, but you believe that you can make the appropriate arrangements for him to come to court if it's necessary.
Absolutely.
Okay. And does the mental health have the MHMA program, do they have your contact and address information?
Yes, they will. He needs to, once he's here, I need to put him into Access, which is our federal free mental health program here that he will have to actually like be present for to sign the documents. And I can once send that all over to you or the court or whoever will need those documents.
Have you been in contact with Kathy Reyna? She's on Zoom today.
No, I have not. I have
Okay.
not.
So you have not talked to her about getting your contact information to her?
No, I have not yet.
All right. other than that, are you willing to take custody of him and also make sure that he does attend these programs and make sure that he goes into some sort of treatment while his case is pending before the court?
Yes, of course. I am currently 7 months pregnant right now. So my mother, once I know exactly time and date of release of his bond, my mother will actually be the one flying out there to get him and bring him back home. Unfortunately, I am past the date where I can fly, but she will be present, and I can give that information about her as well, where she'll be able to pick him up.
Okay, pass the witness, Judge.
Any question from the state?
No questions.
Any of the witnesses?
Yeah, Judge, I want to call Madison Elstrom for a brief.
If you would raise your right hand and be sworn, you swear or affirm testimony about to give be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
Madison, your last name is spelled Ellstrom,
Yes, ma'am.
and you are the girlfriend of Irving.
Yes, I am.
So at this point, my understanding is you filed several requests for the modification of the temporary protective order. Is that right?
To drop it, ma'am?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Okay. So at this point, though, the temporary protective order has expired. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you seeking to have it extended?
No, ma'am, I don't want it at all.
Okay. So you heard what Ms. Browder just testified to. Is there something that you want to add to that?
The only thing is, I was there and I called twice that day that he got arrested because he does have substance abuse.
Let's not talk about the facts. I just want to know whether or not you agree with what she indicated about Irving, that he does have mental issues.
Yes, 100%.
Okay. And are you, if he is released, are you afraid for your life?
No, I want to see him every day.
Okay. And are you afraid that when he gets out that that he would hurt you?
No, not at all.
Okay. And are you also in support of Irving being released so that he could get mental health treatment in a facility?
Yes, ma'am, that's all I wanted in the first place.
And my understanding is that you also did not object to if Irving needed to come to stay with you, that is something that you're willing to offer. Is that right?
100%.
Okay. But you do understand that you are the alleged victim in two of the cases.
Yes, I do. And that's not what I planned on happening. He needs help. He's a great, great man.
Pass the witness.
Any questions from the state?
No questions from the state, Your Honor.
Any other witnesses?
No, Your Honor.
You rest?
Rest.
Anything else from the state?
Nothing else from the state, Your Honor. He has no other criminal history.
Okay. Any
We
other?
would just object due to the current charges.
Yeah, based on the current charges, and I don't think it's a safe thing to let them out on PR bond right now. I'm gonna go ahead and deny bond on all the cases. This is something that'll probably better handled post adjudication. So good luck. Thank y'all.
Thank you, Judge.